Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Hello, welcome to the College Investor Audio Show. Something we don't necessarily love talking about too much, but we do love it that we can help you out too to avoid some of these things. Beware of some college roommate scams that have been going around. That's today's show. Let's get right to it. So every year, there's some scam that goes around college campuses that impacts hundreds of college students and young adults. It's the college roommate scam. And if you're not careful, it can cost you hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. We've talked about some of these scams before, but this is a little bit different. All right, so there are reports of the scam around major college towns across the country every year, like San Diego, San Francisco, Chicago, and New York. It also doesn't just hit college students either, but also anyone who rents a room. So here's what you need to know so that you can protect yourself from this particular scam we're talking about today. Here's how the college roommate scam works. Works kind of like this. So the scammer posts listings on Craigslist and other websites advertising that there's a room for rent. Why this works great in college towns is because there are lots of students who are looking for a room, not a full apartment or a house. So after connecting via email through the website, the scammer meets the potential tenant at the room. They show them the room, tell them about it, and act like the landlord. The potential renter believes them because they have access to the unit. When the renter likes the unit, the scammer tells the renter they would need to provide a security deposit and first month's rent. That's very common. So still no red flags? The scammer may even give the renter a receipt for the deposit and even a key. The problem comes on move-in day. The renter will find out that the scammer wasn't allowed to rent the room. In many cases, the scammer was the roommate who was leaving and was trying to make some extra bucks. In reality, the landlord or owner had rented the room to someone else already, and now the renter is out of a place to live and the money they paid the scammer. So what recourse do the victims have? Let's talk about that for a second. It's tough, because the victim really doesn't have any recourse if this happens. They rented the room from someone who was not legally allowed to rent it, so the best thing to do in this situation is to contact the police or the local district attorney. They can help you file a report, and then maybe you have a chance to get your money back if they actually catch the person. However, that doesn't fix the current problem of trying to find living arrangements, which can be challenging, especially if you need to start college classes soon. So the best way to protect yourself is to be vigilant from the beginning. Here's how you can protect yourself when renting a room. There are several steps you can take to protect yourself when renting a room so that you don't fall victim to this college roommate scam. Most of it just involves doing due diligence. Here are some simple steps that you can take to make sure you don't get scammed. Ensure you know who you're meeting with. Make sure the person you're meeting with has the authority to rent the room. This is typically the owner of the house. If the person you are meeting with is a roommate or current tenant, ensure they have permission to rent the room by contacting the owner. Sometimes owners will allow their tenants to sublet the unit, but many times they won't. Not sure who you can contact? Well, check with your local county administration to see who the actual owner is. This is totally legit. Many places have this online. You can just search and see the public record. Other places require landlords to have permits. So all you have to do is check to make sure you're dealing with the appropriate person. Meet the roommates. Whenever you move into a place with roommates, you must meet the roommates. Just like you would never rent an apartment sight unseen, why would you rent a place where you've never met the people that live there? While they may not be your closest friends, they're going to be people you interact with on a daily basis. There should be a basic level of connection when you go live there. Pay with a check. I've written about how so few people still use checks, but this is one of those circumstances when writing a check totally makes sense. To deposit the check, the person will have to endorse it, which will give away their identity. Plus, the bank account will have their identity on file. If they go to a check cashing location, they will also need to provide ID. Finally, if there is something wrong, you can always cancel the check and get your money back. It's awesome. Okay, so if you want some more tips for college, check out our 101 tips for college freshmen. That's it for today's show. A short one today, but I hope it was helpful. We don't want anybody falling victim to the college roommate scam. Please share this with some other people you know so that we can continue to spread the word about this. Nobody needs to be scammed like this. Thank you so much for stopping by today. We'll talk to you again real soon. If you want to find out more about all kinds of cool financial stuff, check out thecollegeinvestor.com.